my name is Karen Wilketz with the North Lake Tahoe-Truckee Leadership Program, and I want to welcome you all to our chat with Kim Harris. So this year, quite a few of our leadership program alumni have decided to run for local office, and Kim is running for Truckee Donner PUD, and so we're really excited to have her here to talk about the PUD and talk about different issues and why she's running. So welcome, Kim. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Thank you so much for having me.
So can you tell us first a little bit about the Truckee Donner PUD, a little bit about the organization, a little bit about the board makeup, and yeah, we'll start there.
Okay, there's 5 members on the Public Utility District Board. They actually provide water and power services to the community of Truckee that's mostly in Nevada County and a little bit in Placer County also. From there, the board of directors hire one general manager, and that general manager actually just started, Rem did, and he oversees the staff. And I believe they have about 70 staff members right now. So yeah, what's unique about me is that I actually used to be the human resources manager / director for 6 years at the Public Utility District. And so I feel that my experience there on the senior management team will actually help the board, help me as well as other board members, because I have a little bit more of the kind of inside operations understanding that I can help the board with decision making and understanding the information given, and in order to help make the policies for the district.
Yeah, I agree. You having worked there is fantastic. Great background. Can you tell us about the 5 positions? So I'm assuming that not all 5 are up for election. Does it?
No, at this point, there are 3 positions that are open for the board, 3 director positions, and there are 5 people running. So that I am basically trying to get into one of those positions, and that's why it's a little more competitive this year, where there have been years where only the incumbents run and no one else does. But this year is different, that we do have people that are not seated currently on the board that are running.
So we're not going to talk about other candidates because we haven't given them the opportunity to come talk, but it is nice to see that there is some interest in these board seats. So tell us, let's talk about the most pressing issues that the PUD has faced in the last couple of years and what you think might be coming up.
Okay, I think some of the biggest issues, the most pressing ones, are the aging infrastructure. So we have an older water system that goes through Tahoe-Donner, goes through Glenshire, some other water systems that we acquired, goes all over the place. And everybody knows things get old, and with water, you have to keep an eye on the pipes that are laid in there and making sure that things are updated as needed, or else you don't want to put band-aids on things. You want to make sure that you're methodically updating the infrastructure for the services that are given. On the electric side, a lot of the utilities are actually above ground, and I know that they have worked with trying to underground utilities as much as they can. They just did that beautification of Donner Pass Road, and if you notice, they undergrounded a lot of the utilities there. I understand that people are able to underground the utilities from the utility pole to their house, but unfortunately the poles still are out and about there, and that also creates a certain danger with wildfires. I know that they are talented crews who are the cream of the crop that work up here. The linemen and the supervisors, they do a great job with safety and making sure that our community is safe as it relates to the electric operations. There are outages here and there, but those could be created by something like a squirrel, which is kind of sad. But the PUD does have a great program called Learn or Burn, which is an education on how electricity works and how it can affect you as a consumer of this electricity. So there's the aging infrastructure. And then other pressing issues that I see, a lot of the community partnerships that the PUD has had, I think that those need to be developed and groomed a little bit more. I feel that the PUD they kind of took a step away from being more a part of the community, and they are slowly getting back into the community. A certain example is with the the Housing Council. They have all the key players, so to speak. They have Harry Weiss with the hospital. They have Kevin Smith with the airport. It's like you have the GMs, the actual decision makers that come to the table. With the PUD, we have Stephen Poncelet come, and Stephen Poncelet is our public information officer. He is a wealth of information, but he's not the decision maker. So I understand that they are trying to get REM into attending these housing meetings, because that's a huge, important topic for the community. Other ones are lack of transparency, including reliable communications to customers. I know myself, when I went in to go research some of the board agendas, not all of them are readily available, and even minutes are not readily available. So you're having to kind of jump through the hoops and do the request, which they're very responsive to requests, which is great. But it's still important to have, we have the tools. There's a great website there. Give people the tools to be able to sign up to ask for the agenda without having to, write an email, making sure that they get it. You should be able to just, punch a button, put in your email address, and get that agenda sent to you, so you know what's going on around here. So those are, and then obviously I spoke about a little bit before is wildland fire. They do have a mitigation plan that they are working with the fire departments. I would like to see more of a community partnership with education on wildland fire. I mean, we get it every day when we step outside and smell the smoke out there. We don't want that to happen to our community, and anything that the PUD can do as a partnership with the local fire department, with CAL FIRE, and with U.S. Forest Service, I think that would be a great partnership to foster.
I agree, and I love hearing that you would like to see the PUD be out in the community more. And especially with Mountain Housing Council, we talked to Sarah Coolidge last night. She's running for the North Tahoe PUD, and they're big partners in there. So it'd be great for the Truckee Donner PUD to step up too. So one thing, if you could straighten this out for me, the Truckee Donner PUD does not include Parks and Rec, correct?
No, it does not.
Okay.
The Parks and Rec is its own special district, and the airport district is its own special district, as well as the cemetery district. A fun fact is that there's actually over 30,000 special districts in California. So the public utility district is a special district.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to clarify that. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background? You said you were in HR, but tell us a little bit more so that we get a better idea of who you are.
Okay, well, I have lived in Truckee for over 27 years. I met my husband, Aaron, here. He actually worked for Sugar Bowl for over, I think, 28 years. And I had my daughter, Jasmine, at Tahoe Forest Hospital, and she is actually now 16 years old, and she is a junior at Truckee High School. So we are definitely involved in the community. I have a bachelor's degree from UCLA in economics with a business emphasis, and I currently work for the town of Truckee as the human resources technician. And I am also part owner. Me and my husband co-own Truckee Laundry with another local family, and that is the coin-operated laundromat over near McDonald's in Truckee. My work history includes I have 6 years a senior manager at Truckee Donner Public Utility District, which we talked about earlier. I have 4 years at Tahoe Forest Hospital in their occupational health department, and then 12 years at Tahoe Donner Association in the human resources and risk management. So, you know, I've definitely worked local. I've met a lot, you know, I've worked from all employees from their very first job that I've helped kids filling out their first application on up, and I see them now managing ski resorts. And so that's kind of a fun thing to watch them grow and develop into their management style, and you know, just supporting them locally. I do have board experience. I was on the Seroptimus board of directors for a year, and then I was also on the Sierra Meadows Homeowners Association board, and right now I'm actually helping with the Truckee Boosters Club to support our students at Truckee High School. I do volunteer a lot. I can't tell you how many days I've spent, you know, helping kids learn how to read at the Truckee Elementary School. We volunteer at sports events at Truckee High School, and we have volunteered with the middle school here, and then also with Auburn Ski Club. I'm in the Masters Biathlon program up there, and we've also volunteered with Truckee Little League and Truckee Parks and Rec. You probably have seen us at the ski swaps helping out with that. So I love Truckee, and I think I would be actually a great addition to the Truckee Donner Public Utility District Board.
So you have a wide range of experience and outreach into the community, which I commend you. You also pick up trash, so good for you. And save your food scraps too. So
yes, absolutely. And we recycle all of our cardboard and anything that we can do, you know, to help out the community.
That's great. Be good Truckee residents. So I want to invite anyone in the audience, if you'd like to ask any questions of Kim, then please write them in the chat, and I will read them off to you. But in the meantime, can you tell us a little bit about how to get a hold of you? So you have a website.
I do have a website, and it's Harris for TDPUD, and for is spelled out FOR. So Harris, FOR, TDPUD.com. You can go to my website. You can call me on my cell phone. I'm at 530-414-1713. You can go to Truckee Laundry, go see my husband. He knows how to get a hold of me. And then I also have an email address, Harris with a number 4, tdpud@gmail.com. So any of those avenues.
So tell us what's on the website.
On the website, there's a photo of me and my family, so you can see what my husband Aaron and Jasmine look like. And then it also talks about kind of what I stand for. I stand for transparency, fiscal responsibility, community involvement. I have a list of people that endorse me, and I have, you know, a couple of former mayors. Barbara Green supports me, as well as Mark Brown. I have Mark Tanner Construction. I worked for him, and he knows who I am and what I'm about, so he's endorsed me. Also, Sarah Green has endorsed me.
Oh yeah.
Yay. So slowly just starting to add more and more people, but you know, I threw it out on my Facebook page, and I got a handful more of endorsements. And as people hear about me, they want signs. A lot of the people that I worked with at the Public Utility District that are either retired employees or even current employees, they know who I am. They know that I'm fair. I have, you know, made tough decisions that may not be popular, but they know I've done it in a methodical, fair way. And so they believe in me, and that, you know, in my heart, it just means so much to me that even though it may not have been a decision they appreciated at the time, you know, later down the road, they said, thank you, that was the right decision. Even people that through my whole career, you know, that I've gone through and had to let go for whatever reason, or, you know, a job change, and they no longer are employed. They were may have been really upset at the time, but as I see them 2 years later in the grocery store, they say, thank you, I needed that change, and I just didn't see it during that time. So that always just means so much when I see the former employees coming around and talking with me.
Yeah, it's not always a popularity contest, but
Yeah.
but also on your website is a way to donate.
Yes, yes. So I do have a GoFundMe set up there, and you are welcome to donate. You know, the Fair Political Practice Commission does have restrictions on, not restrictions, and you can donate as much as you want, but there are reporting reporting things. So depending on what level you're donating, I may need to just report that on a list of donations. So maybe put your name and occupation, and that's about it. But I will take it. My biggest donor right now is, I hate to say it, is my mom. She heard I was running and she was really excited for me. And then Truckee Laundry obviously is supporting me. And then I have had a lot of friends that are donating money towards me. And
Good.
it's helpful, it's really helpful. Yeah. So got a lot of signs out there, which is helpful. And if anybody needs a sign, they can go by Truckee Laundry and ask Aaron for one. Or they can contact me through my email, Harris, the number 4 at number 4 tdpud@gmail.com, or through my website at harris4fortdpud.com.
So let me ask you a few more questions from the audience. So assuming you're elected, what do you think will be the most exciting part about being on the PUD board?
Well, the PUD just put a lot of money, about $125,000 worth of strategic plan process. So they hired a consultant, and the consultant actually started last night, and they are going through the process of trying to identify the strategic plan for the PUD. And as part of that process, they've listening last night, they've identified their strengths and weaknesses. They're going through the mission statement and really trying to identify the areas that they need to put focus towards. And so I think, that's very human resources-ish. And I know employees are the ones who are going to launch this, and making sure that employees are motivated and take it in the direction where the board, because the board really represents the community, and the community really needs a say in it. And there is going to be a portion where the community gets surveyed, and probably some committees or events where they can come and participate. And I'll encourage people to attend those. But I think for me, being on the board, I'm kind of like the cheerleader of the group, to make sure that the process keeps going through in a transparent and professional way. So making sure that people are listened to.
Yeah, I appreciated the way they reached out when they were doing their search for their general manager on what the public wanted to see, and I thought that was a really great way to reach out into the public.
Absolutely. I actually, personally, I wish that they actually went a step further and included members of the community in on the panel to interview, or did a separate community panel to interview the GM. But they didn't, but that's okay. They took the direction that they did. They got the input for the skill sets. They kind of tried to ask the community for questions. That wasn't a very forthright process. It got to be a little muddled, but hopefully community members got to participate and put out questions that they thought was important for the general manager. And it was a very significant process, where not only did they have a consultant, but they also had hired a professional recruiter to help with the recruiting side of things. So, and they got Rem. Rem's he seems like a very down to earth and very smart person. And I know he's got a lot of energy, and I'm excited to work with him.
Good. All right, let's switch topics a little bit. Can you tell us a little bit more about the PUD's goal for 100% renewable energy and the role that the board would take in help making that happen?
Yeah, well, the board makes the policy, and I know that they have been pursuing, the electric department has been pursuing renewables as the direction of the board. What I would like to see them do, which I was actually surprised. I reached out to the 100% renewables group, and I asked them if they would send me the presentation that they did for the Truckee Donner Public Utility District, and she said, oh, we've never presented to them. So she didn't have anything, which I thought was very interesting because they're the ones who have studied climate change and they understand what is going on. And I just think that that would be excellent information for our community to know and for our board members who are making these policies to know and understand so they're making informed decisions when moving forward with 100% renewables.
So I think that the first thing you do when you get on the board would be to contact them.
Yes, definitely. I just, I see a couple of them, through town, and it always just surprises me. I mean, our community is so rich with information, and it kills me when I see just the silo effect, where people just kind of get into their silo and they're not really reaching out. And I don't know why they wouldn't. And if anything, I would like to see them reach out to share the information that they have too with 100% renewable. So it's a shared exchange, because I have always learned in all of my leadership courses that I've ever taken, they always say people tend to support what they help create. And when you get the community helping to create it, you're going to get more support with the community. So
yeah, you have to have buy-in. Well, I have no doubt that if you are elected, you do a fabulous job. You have the qualifications, but you also have the temperament and the knowledge and the personality. And I'm behind you 100%.
Oh, thank you very much. That's so kind of you.
So, any last words? Just why don't you go over your website one more time?
Okay, the website is Harris for TDPUD.com. And I am out there for the community. I am out there for transparency. I'm out there for fiscal responsibility. Our community are our customers. They are our number one group that we really should be, listening to. It's like a baseball game. Are we going to be, throwing all the pitches? Or are we going to be catching them? So I think that we need to be catching them and listening to our customers of what they want. They want an improved website. They want an easier process for applying for new services. And I know with a lot of people moving up here, I'm sure that the customer service is, going pretty busy these days. But try to streamline the process and make it easy, make it online, and listen to the people, the contractors. They want an easier process that's streamlined that they can do online. So listen to them and work with them to serve them, because our community are our customers and they're the number one. So.
Well, good. Before we say goodbye, let's talk about voting for just a minute. I know that the ballots are going to be mailed around October 5th.
Yes.
And we are not quite sure where the ballot drop box is going to be, but as soon as we know, Kim, you can put that on Facebook. I know that you're very, very active on Facebook. And I'll try and share that too, where that Dropbox is going to be.
Yeah. And with voting for my position, you're allowed 3 votes. And if you only want to vote for one for Kim Harris, I'm okay with that. So it's the one with the most votes wins. So I just need to be in the top 3 if I think you think about it. But I hope I'm up at number 1 and people recognize that that your vote for me is a vote in the right direction.
Yeah.
So, but once people do receive their ballots, I believe that you do drop them off at Town Hall. If that changes, I would expect that there will be a lot of advertising of where the appropriate place to drop them off.
Yes, great. Well, thank you so much. It's been wonderful talking to you tonight. Thanks for joining us. I am so happy that you are running and were able to join us tonight. And I wish you the best. And I have my fingers crossed for you.
Thanks, Karen. You've been a huge support, and the leadership has taught me so many great skills. So I'm so glad that all the skills that I've learned, I'm able to put forth and run for, the public utility district. The board of directors is going to be a great job for me, and I'm willing to take it on, which I'm very excited about. So don't forget to vote for me.
Good. Thank you, Kim Harris. And thank you all for joining us.